Hello, this is Swami Pranava, and today I am talking about Vedic astrology. The subject is the signs of the Zodiac. The Zodiac is a band in the sky where the sun seems to rise in the east and then set in the west. There are 12 divisions. Each division is a constellation of stars, and in your birth chart, you're going to see 12 boxes, and we'll look at that in a moment. The first sign is Aries. In Aries, everything is new. The soul enters a new cycle of existence. These people are fearless. They've never experienced anything. They have a sense of adventure. The second sign is Taurus. Taurus is where the soul discovers sensual enjoyment. So in Aries, action is the key characteristic of the person, taking action to discover things. But in Taurus, desire is the key element of the personality. And then in Gemini, the soul realizes it needs to communicate with others. And so there's a strong desire to connect with one's soulmate. There's a desire to have a partner in life. And in the fourth sign, Cancer, the soul realizes it needs to have a solid home. It needs to have a solid foundation in the material world. The symbol is the crab coming out of the water up onto the land. In the fifth sign, Leo, the soul discovers that it has an identity in this world. People think about us in a certain way, and we think about ourselves in a certain way. So that identity becomes very important. The symbol of Leo is the lion, the king of the jungle. Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun is like the true self, but it's also the ego and the power. The sixth sign is Virgo. Virgo is where the soul wants to be perfect, but it has no idea about spiritual life, so it tries to be perfect in the material world by material success, making money, becoming famous. The sign for Virgo is the young girl, the young virgin. And in Virgo, we realize that we have to grow up, and all those romantic ideas that things can be perfect in this world, we have to detach from those. In the seventh sign, Libra, we discover spiritual life. Saturn is exalted in Libra because Saturn wants to lead us to the spiritual life. So he's very happy now that the soul realizes there is no perfection in the material world. It's a world of relativity. And so in Libra, we try to find the balance. I picture the Libra person as still doing their material activities, still trying to be a very good person in terms of material achievements, but having some idea that we need spiritual awareness, we need spiritual fulfillment. The person might be taking a few yoga classes, kind of getting interested interested in spiritual practice. But Saturn says, that's wonderful. Keep going, Kolin, as we say in Vietnamese. In the 8th sign, Scorpio, the soul is extremely discontented. It's not going to be satisfied with just taking a few yoga classes. It has to take some drastic action. It realizes that we need to put out some kind of extreme effort and be very courageous in order to go forward in our spiritual journey. So it can be a very painful time in Scorpio because we realize we have to let go of our attachments. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, the warrior. So it takes the courage of Mars to learn the lessons of Scorpio. The 9th sign is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is where the soul realizes it needs spiritual life and only spiritual life. So it struggles to try to transform from the animal to the human, a horse, but with the head of like a human body. The human is like the upper part of the horse. So human and horse. So human and animal combination. But in Sagittarius, we are convinced that we need spiritual life and we want to dedicate ourselves to spiritual life. We have found the answer. In Capricorn, the 10th sign, we realize that spiritual life is a lot of work and we have to face a lot of karma from the past. So we work very hard. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the planet of discipline and hard work. Capricorn people are generally quite serious about their life. And they do a lot of service, a lot of karma yoga. The 11th sign is Aquarius. That's where the soul realizes that it has to awaken the Kundalini. It has to tap in to the mystical side of life, the mystical energy. So it dedicates itself fully to the spiritual practices, and it's a wonderful time of awakening. The full answer is revealed in Aquarius. And then in the final sign, Pisces, we simply dive into the water. The water is spiritual life, and we're completely immersed. And it means there, the soul finds its fulfillment. There's no more effort. We simply swim with the current, and we enjoy the bliss of the spiritual life, but we also prepare for the next cycle. And so Venus, the symbol of having children and reproducing, is exalted in Pisces. Okay, so that's a little bit about the 12 signs. And now I'm going to show you a chart, and we can take a look at it. And this is just a chart that I picked out, okay? And you can see there that we start with Aries, and then as we go around, there's Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and finally Pisces. And each of these signs is ruled by a certain planet. So these two signs, Aquarius and Scorpio, are ruled by Mars. Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus. Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and Leo is ruled by the sun. These two, Pisces and Sagittarius are ruled by Jupiter, and Aquarius and Capricorn are ruled by Saturn. So the 9 planets that I talked about in the last video, they will each fall into a certain sign, and that makes a difference in terms of your life, your karma, your mind, and so on, your personality. But for now, if you can just learn the planets, the 9 planets, like we talked about in the last video, and you can learn the 12 signs of the zodiac and what the planets mean in terms of their personalities, you know, the different planets, like the sun is self-confidence and courage, success, energy, and so on, our true self. And you learn a little bit about the signs, like Aries is the new sign where everything's fresh and alive and we want to explore. And then you can put the 2 together and we can do your birth chart and we can take a look at that. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.